Hi, and welcome to this beginner guitar lesson. The goals of this lesson are: learn the major chords C, A, G, E, D in open position and how are they constructed. Know the concept of major scale. Familiarize how the guitar is tuned. Get acquainted on how to interpret the chord chart. You can use whatever guitar you have, but I highly recommend using an acoustic one. With that in mind, let us proceed. Chords are the foundation of learning guitar, especially for beginners. Major chords are probably the most common chords in modern music. It sounds happy and somewhat basic. On the guitar, it is also the easiest form of chord in open position. Open means some notes are just ringing open in combination with the fretted other notes. There is this concept in music called the major scale. It is a group of notes arranged in whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half distances one after the other. Whole means a tone, half means semitone. On the guitar fretboard, tone means a distance of 2 frets, while semitone means a distance of 1 fret. The notes in music are represented by the alphabets A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. The distances between each note, one after the other, is whole except B to C and E to F, which is half. There are also corresponding sharp or flat note in between each note. A sharp raises the note by half, while a flat lowers the note by half. Before going further, it is important to know how the guitar is tuned. In open position from the thickest to the thinnest string, the E standard tuning is commonly used, where it follows the notes E, A, D, G, B, and E. E on the thickest string is commonly known as low E. E on the thinnest string is commonly known as high E. A chord chart is a useful tool, especially for beginners, to familiarize the chords. The dotted lines represent the fretted strings. The numbers and symbols that appear on the left represent the fingers to be used and whether the strings are to sound open or muted. Open means the string will be strummed without fretting. Mute means no sound at all. The Roman numeral on the lower left represent the fret number, usually not present when chords are on the first 3 frets. Going back to the major scale topic, let us examine the C major scale. To make the scale, simply start with the root note C followed by the preceding alphabet until you return to the root note C, following the whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half sequence. C to D is whole, D to E is whole, E to F is half, F to G is whole, G to A is whole, A to B is whole, B to C is half. So the C major scale is composed of the notes C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and C. Take the first, third, and fifth notes C, E, G, and these are the notes of the C major chord, simply written as C. On the chord chart, the C major chord is composed of the fretted notes C, E, C, and the open notes G and high E. Same procedure for A major scale. Start from A alphabetically until going back to A. Then examine if they satisfy the whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half condition. A to B is whole. B to C is half, so we need to sharp C to make it whole. C sharp to D is half. D to E is whole. E to F is half, so we need to sharp F to make it whole. F sharp to G is half, so we need to sharp G to make it whole. G sharp to A is half. So the A major scale is composed of the notes A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, and A. The first, third, and fifth notes A, C sharp, and E are the notes of the A major chord. On the chord chart, the A major chord is composed of the fretted notes E, A, C sharp, and the open notes A and high E. Same procedure for the G major scale. Write the notes starting from G until going back to G. Examine the distances if they satisfy the whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half condition. If not, make the necessary adjustments. G to A is whole. A to B is whole. B to C is half. C to D is whole. D to E is whole. E to F is half, so we need to sharp F to make it whole. F sharp to G is half. So the notes of the G major scale are G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, and G. The first, third, and fifth notes, G, B, and D, are the notes of the G major chord. On the chord chart, the G major chord is composed of the fretted notes G, B, G, and the open notes D, G, and B. E major scale. Same procedures, write down the notes from E until going back to E. Examine the distances to satisfy the whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half condition. E to F is half, so we need to sharp F. F sharp to G is half, so we need to sharp G. G sharp to A is half. A to B is whole. B to C is half, so we need to sharp C. C sharp to D is half, so we need to sharp D. D sharp to E is half. So the notes of the E major scale are E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C sharp, D sharp, and E. The 1, 3, 5 notes E, G sharp, and B are the notes of the E major chord. On the chord chart, the E major chord is composed of the fretted notes B, E, G sharp, and the open notes E, B, and high E. D major scale. Same procedures. Write down the notes from D until going back to D. Examine the distances to satisfy the whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half condition. D to E is whole. E to F is half, so we need to sharp F. F sharp to G is half. G to A is whole. E to B is whole. B to C is half, so we need to sharp C. C sharp to D is half. So the notes of the D major scale are D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, and D. The 1, 3, 5 notes D, F sharp, and A are the notes of the D major chord. On the chord chart, the D major chord is composed of the fretted notes A, D, F sharp, and the open note D. Summary. Major scale is the arrangement of notes in whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half distances one after the other. Whole or tone means a distance of 2 frets. Half or semitone means a distance of 1 fret. Major chord is the first, third, and fifth notes of the major scale. E standard tuning is the common guitar tuning in which strings in open position will sound the notes E, A, D, G, B, E from thickest to thinnest string. C major chord is composed of the notes C, E, and G. A major chord is composed of E, C sharp, and E. G major is composed of G, B, and D. E major is composed of E, G sharp, and B. D major is composed of D, F sharp, and A. Take time to practice writing the notes of this major scale. If you find this video helpful, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel. See you in the next video.